Good morning, Sam. It is Wednesday, April 21st, 2021. Today, I was reminiscing, as I often do, about freshman year. And both you and I had this very kind of exciting freshman year. It was big in a lot of ways. From the moment we got here until going home for Thanksgiving break, I felt like it was a non-stop freight train of like new memories and new people and new crazy, interesting stories that were constantly happening. I know there were weeks in there during my freshman year that I really did not sleep. I would go to bed at something like 3:30 or 4 a.m. and then I had a class every morning at 8:30. So I'd wake up at like 8 o'clock, sleeping maybe, 3 or 4 hours. And obviously since then that's tampered down a bit, but there was something that was so fun and exciting about living that way. And I think part of it is just this like exhilaration of having freedom for the first time in your life. Being able to just like do whatever it is that you want to do, and there's no parents, and you have this like ID which you can buy like snacks and food with, and there's constantly people around you that like want to have conversations and they want to have a good time, and they're all kind of looking to explore in this new crazy medium that you guys are all engaged in. And so there was something so like new and exciting about that. And I remember looking at the people who were upperclassmen back when I was a freshman, thinking like, oh my goodness, what happened? What happened between the point that I was then, let's say, October of my freshman year, and them October of their junior or senior year. And now, as a junior, we leave school in a couple of weeks, and then we're going to be seniors. I think I figured it out. I've certainly developed some jadedness as the years have gone on. My level of energy has dropped substantially. Now it would be unheard of for me to stay up that late if I had something that early the next morning. There was a month once where a mutual friend of ours bought gummy worms online, and they ordered a 10-pound bag of gummy worms. And when the gummy worms arrived, it wasn't one 10-pound bag, it was one box with 8 10-pound bags of gummy worms in it. And I might be getting the numbers slightly wrong, but we had something like 80 pounds of gummy worms, which is absolutely insane. I remember there was a month freshman year where my breakfast in the morning before intro to philosophy, I think, was a handful of gummy worms and half a cup of coffee that was left over from the night before. And somehow I survived, and I was happy, and I had a great time. I cannot tell you how that happened. And I tend to reminisce about freshman year because there was something really magical about it. And I think it was all of the things that I previously described. And it was also like me coming out of this strange, weird cocoon that I had grown up in and moving into this new phase of my life where I was like living on my own, and I suddenly wasn't an outsider in the same way that I had been. And so I found myself using that year to try and figure myself out. Like, who was I? Who was I trying to become? Who was the adult that I wanted to be at the end of that? And by the end of that year, the amount that I grew was huge. But looking forward, looking at senior year, I'm excited. I have my classes lined up. I'm registered for everything that I was hoping to get. And it's nice to be beginning the final chapter here at Denison. I hope the year doesn't go by fast. This year certainly has. And I hope that can mostly be attributed to COVID things, and by the fall they'll be mostly cleared up. I want it to remain as long as it possibly can. And then when it's over, I think I'm going to be happy for it to be done. Thank you so much for watching. Vaccines are now eligible to every adult in the United States. Please get yours if you can. That is the only way that we are going to stop this virus. Sam, I'll see you tomorrow.